Well, hello, I'm Tim Norris, CEO of Ag Infotech in Fredericktown, Ohio, and today it's my privilege to get to talk with Matt Miller from Butler Ag Equipment in Fremont, Nebraska. Matt is going to be presenting on the topic of mastering a marketable niche at the 2019 Precision Farming Dealer Summit, and that's January 7th and 8th in Indianapolis, Indiana. Matt, tell me a little bit about Butler Ag, and especially your Precision Ag department.
Yeah, so Butler Ag Equipment is a third-generation family-owned business. Started in North Dakota, eventually branched down into South Dakota, and now into Nebraska, where I cover. So they carry a full line of Caterpillar and Claas equipment, and then ATCO across 3 states. And so my role within Butler is officially a product specialist. What that means, I guess, for us as a team is we are the people that help customers understand and use their equipment more efficiently. So whether that's going out and doing a startup on a new machine or doing a demonstration, we're the people that go out and do that and essentially have to know how to run the equipment and be able to train others to do that as well. We deal primarily with the technology as well, and so we're kind of the people that know that best within our organization, and so we take on a lot of the sales and the support of that as well. So we're pretty well versed in the technologies, have to keep up with everything that's new coming out, and so we really enjoy that part of our job. And for me, especially in Nebraska, it's a varying state in the fact that we have a lot of different farming practices and varying terrains and things that technology really can be used in a wide variety of ways. So it's just a very exciting role and something that I really enjoy doing.
So tell me about some of the crops. What are some of the crops that you deal with and some of the different practices that you do run into?
Yeah, so I'm actually originally from western Nebraska. I live in eastern Nebraska now where I work. Out west, they grow anything from sugar beets and dry edible beans, field corn, wheat, some of the small grains, and you work your way to the east and you're growing more soybeans and corn is a lot of it, maybe some wheat. Varying practices as far as if we're talking tillage, we're anywhere from full tillage to strip till to minimum till to no till, all over the board. So it's a great state because we have a lot going on and a lot of varying conditions.
That probably makes it a little bit hard to be a master at all those different crops and all those different practices. One of the things that I understand that you're doing to try to understand everything that's going on within that system is being part of the ATCO crop tour. Can you shed a little light on how that has helped your operation and maybe how that set you apart from a Deere dealer or set you apart from a Case IH dealer and kind of marketing your niche?
Yeah, so 2016 was the first year that Butler as a whole joined up with ATCO to do the crop tour. And essentially what it is we've got multiple locations across the U.S. that take part in this. And as we all know how important data is, the more data we can pull from these different sites and different soil types and different practices, the better we can know how to use this type of equipment. So ATCO is paired up with Precision Planting to do different trials through a field. And then the big part of it is having the customer event, bringing customers to the field. And we talk agronomy with them, and we point out different things that are, maybe wrong in the field or things that are done very well. And we try to simulate good and bad things. And so what we wanted to do specifically in Nebraska is bring that crop tour to our state. And so this was the first time that Butler was teaming up with ATCO to do this in Nebraska. And so I kind of stepped in and took the lead on it, as well as another product specialist that we have in Nebraska. We kind of teamed up and said, we're going to take this on. We really want to show our customers these products and what they can do for us. So as we did that throughout the year, there was a lot of things that came up that were learning experiences for us, things that we didn't foresee. That's some of the things I'm going to share at the summit. But there's, a lot of things that we kind of expected and really were happy to see that came out of that. And we had a lot of customer interest based off of that and potential growth in our dealership as well. So, there's a lot to it. And we'll definitely go deeper in at the summit, but just kind of a high level, that's kind of what the crop tour is and what we hope to get out of it.
So I would have to think that, a customer going to an event like that, let's say I see you got a precision planting hat, so you must be a precision planting dealer. Let's say you take a group of your customers out to a precision planting event and the rest of your sales team doesn't go to that because you as the precision department take that group out there. What has that meant to you as a precision ag department to have the salespeople that are selling the equipment actually come to that event and see what you're telling them in person and see that the products actually do what they say? Has that helped their confidence in the products that you and they are selling, and has it helped generate interest and excitement amongst the sales team?
Absolutely. What you get is buy-in. And so a lot of our sales guys were learning at our customer event just like our customers were. ATCO has an in-house agronomist, and he kind of spearheaded that event, but we're all just kind of learning together. But you get the buy-in, you get the interest, and it's not that difficult to learn a new technology or a new product. But I think by seeing the benefits of that, our sales team is able to go out and talk in a knowledgeable fashion with our customers to portray what this product is and how it's able to help you in your operation. It's not just, trying to hit that next sales mark for the month. This is really bringing value, and they've all seen that in person multiple times throughout the year. And absolutely, it brings a lot of value to the sales team because, they're essentially the people that are face to face with our customers each and every day.
And that's one of the things I've kind of noticed is it's hard to get them to an event like that. But if the event's in their hometown and their customers are coming to it, it is so much easier. And when they get to see that with their own eyes and get to see the excitement that growers have, I think that just turns a light on in their heads too, and they totally understand what you're trying to do and should make the whole thing a lot more cohesive.
Yeah, and I think one more thing I would add too is I ran across a study a few years ago that took a survey of a lot of farmers in Iowa, and they wanted to rank from highest to lowest your trusted advisors. And the equipment dealer came in very last on that list as far as trusted advisors. And that's always stuck in my mind. I've always tried to convey that to the people that I work with, because we want to become more of a trusted advisor to these customers and these farmers and growers. We want to get higher on that list, and we want to do that by bringing value to the conversation. So if we got to talk some agronomy as equipment dealers, that's what we need to do. We need to learn that and bring that value to the conversation.
Well, I have to think that event has helped you a bunch, and you're to be commended for as an implement dealer for taking on such a role, because it's not easy to create and host an event like that. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of work.
Right.
Another thing that I think is kind of interesting, I assume you're not just AGCO, electronics, and precision planting. I think you have a few other lines as well. So can you tell me a little bit about some of the other product lines you offer?
Yeah, we're Trimble dealers, Ag Leader, Rycart, Raven, and as well as the Fuse Technologies through AGCO. So there's a lot to keep track of. There's a lot of different offerings there. But one of the new offerings that we have really tried to get out there into the marketplace is the new Green Fit system by Rycart. And to kind of lead into that, I guess, is one of the struggles that we've had as an ATCO dealer with ATCO equipment is the John Deere electronics have not worked very well with our equipment. It's very hard. And I don't think we're the only ones that struggle with that. I think it goes across every color when you try to mix and match. But one of the things that Reichard has done is bridge that gap. So they bring in some electronics to use the Deere electronics, whether it be the screen and receiver, to be able to talk to our machines. And what that does is it lets that grower continue to use the electronics that they have, but be able to get into our equipment and see some of the efficiencies and the advantages to running our equipment. And so that's just one example that we've seen here lately that's been working very well for us.
So if I understand it correctly, basically, tell me if I'm wrong, but if John Deere guy is wanting to go to a new 1000 series ATCO tractor for, some reason he likes that tractor a lot better, but he really feels like he can't because he's got a John Deere, drill and a John Deere planter that he's wanting to pull with that tractor, and he knows that John Deere display. He doesn't really want to learn anything else, doesn't want to learn your display. He can put that same display he's used to in his tractor, still steer your tractor, and then still control his John Deere implement with the exact same display that he's used to, correct?
That's correct, yep. And even with the receiver too, a lot of guys use RTK, and they've got a lot of money invested in those receivers as well. So with the display, the receiver that can plug into our tractor and essentially steer it seamlessly, so that the way that you would run your adjustments on your John Deere tractor, it's all the same. There's no additional display. And also controlling those implements, those IceBus implements that we can just plug right into the tractor. It comes up on the John Deere display, and you're off and running. I kind of joke with some guys and say, well, you wouldn't even know that you're in a John Deere tractor except for the fact that it's different colors. So
of course, we're efficient, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All those advantages, but we've demonstrated this system to guys in our tractors, and they, other than learning how to run the tractor itself, all the adjustments, everything, they're used to it, and they're off and running. So
I would have to think, especially like in a demo tractor, that would be awesome to take a tractor to the field to a green guy, and then he knows exactly how to run it. And yeah, that's mastering that niche. So hopefully you go into that quite a bit in your presentation as well. So you said you were an ag leader, Trimble, Reichard dealer. Why are you a dealer for all these different technologies? What is it that and I know the answer, but I just kind of want to hear what you got to say. But why don't you just offer what AGCO has, or Precision Planting now, since they're part of AGCO? Why do you have other lines? What does that really help you do?
Well, I think each company does a few things in particular very well and better than anyone else. We vary quite a bit from state to state that we cover, and there's a lot of different demands in those areas, and there's a lot of established markets in those areas, and so we're just trying to meet the demands of our customers by carrying those lines. And even within our technology group, we have some guys that are very well versed in the Ag Leader, and other guys that are very well versed in Trimble or Raven or Reichard. We all support in those areas that we're proficient in, but we have to meet the demands of our customers. And some companies don't offer certain offerings, and we've got to meet those demands. So that's essentially why we do that. But there's some very, very good products out there, and we want to be able to offer that to our customers.
When you and I were talking earlier, you said something about wanting to make sure that every product that you sell is fulfilling some type of need in that grower's operation. We at Ag Infotech kind of call that precision with a purpose. We want every product or service that we sell to fulfill some purpose in that customer's organization, or we don't really want to sell it. And you conveyed that same thing to me when we were talking earlier. And I just think by having that whole list of things that we can offer, that has to set you apart from some of the competition, because you can truly place what's going to work the best for that individual grower on their operation. And to me, I think that has to come with some challenges as well as some benefits. But can you explain some of those challenges and benefits a little more?
Yeah. Yeah, I think one of the biggest challenges is learning the new technologies, because every company comes out with new technology every year. So learning that, being proficient in it. But the other thing that can be a struggle at times is being everything to everyone, and we can't do that. As hard as we try, we just can't. But our technology group, the way that we work together, it's very efficient, and we really try to support the other areas of our territory and kind of work through those. But if I run into an issue down in Nebraska, it most likely they've already seen it in North or South Dakota, or vice versa. We know who to pick up the phone and call when we have an issue with a particular system, and we can work through those things. But at the end of the day, you just try to do what you can to bring value to the customer, and sometimes there's hiccups along the way that you just got to work through.
Yep. Well, Matt, sounds like you've got a lot of good information. One of the things I really enjoyed is I can tell that you're excited and you're passionate about precision ag. That comes through when you speak, and I'm excited to see that you get to share that information with the attendees at the 2019 Precision Farming Dealer Summit. Again, that summit is going to be held on January 7th and 8th in Indianapolis, Indiana. And you'll want to come here and see what Matt has to say. I guess I should say see and hear what Matt has to say, as well as the other knowledgeable speakers that are going to be there. So we really hope you guys decide that you want to come out and listen to what all these people have to say, and hope to see you there. So, Matt, thank you very much. May God bless the rest of your day, and I wish you very good luck on your presentation, and hope to talk to you later.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it.